Ladies and gentlemen, your Philadelphia Flyers just went on another road game against a Western Conference team, the reigning Stanley Cup champions, and got a win. Almost blew it, but got a win. But guys, I'm in Parcero, Philly, uniting all through sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And today, we're talking a little Philadelphia Flyers hockey. But don't go anywhere, guys, because you do not want to miss this whatsoever. Let's get this started, shall we? Yeah! Alright, real quick, guys, before we start this off, I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It means a lot to me. I'm just a young Colombian American who is trying to make his name known here in the Philadelphia sports landscape, and I could use your guys' help. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. But the Philadelphia Flyers went on a short little road trip to face off against St. Louis Blues. Now, this wasn't a 5-game Western Conference road trip, but this was just one game heading out to the gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. Also, the location of the All-Star game this year, where Travis Konecny will represent your city and your hockey team, might I add. But guys, this was a big game here. Now, going into this game, I did not want to lose. Like, we have this dilemma here, and I just got done talking about it with the Sixers, that both the Flyers and the Sixers cannot win at home or on the road, and it drives me insane. Like, it's not, with the Flyers, it's a little different than the Sixers. Like, when they are on the road, specifically on the West Coast, like, they look absolutely terrible. Like, I don't think the Flyers, I think there's one time this year the Flyers on the West Coast allowed less than 4 goals. Like, that's absolutely terrible. This game would be a little difficult as well because Carter Hart is out for 2 to 3 weeks with a lower body injury. So that is definitely a huge loss. He seemed to have tweaked something in that Boston Bruins game, and he will be out for 2 to 3 weeks. So hopefully Carter gets a speedy recovery to get back to the ice. But until then, it looks like it's going to be the Brian Elliott show. We might see Alex Lyon get a game, maybe 2. We will see, but that's definitely a little bit below there. But you know, Brian Elliott is an NHL vet. You know, he knows what to do. He's been here and he's done this. So I have confidence that Brian Elliott can take advantage of this opportunity for himself to help us out while Carter Hart is getting back to recovery. But let's dive right into this game, guys, because right off the bat, did not look good. The Blues did get on the board first because with 5 minutes left in the first period. The St. Louis Blues would go on a power play, and Alexander Steen would have 2 guys on him. 2 defenders on him, and he was able to find an open Justin Falk, who would just rip that puck into the back of the net behind Brian Elliott, and that would put the Blues up 1-0, giving them a lead to start off this game. And real quick, I'm a little out of tune with the NHL, but I did not know that Justin Falk was a member of the St. Louis Blues. I was still under the impression he was still with the Carolina Hurricanes. He literally was like the best player for the Hurricanes for essentially a decade. And good for him going to St. Louis, getting on a team that is pretty damn good. So good for Falk. But the Blues were up 1-0. And how would the Flyers respond here? Would they let the avalanche happen again and lose on the road? Let's see. Flyers were able to answer back. 7 minutes left in the second period. Tyler Pitlick, on some nice set of skills, was able to wrap around the goal and find Scott Lawton, who was right in front of the net, and he would put it right under Jordan Binnington, and the Flyers would get that game-tying goal. It was now a 1-1 game. All right, 3 minutes later, 4 minutes left in the second period. The Flyers did a great job keeping the puck in the zone. Sean Couturier then would a little flip out back to Ivan Provorov, and he would rocket the shot into the net, which would then lead to a rebound, which Michael Raffl took full advantage of and buried that puck into the back of the net to give the Flyers a lead here, 2-1, 4 minutes left into the second period. All right, the third goal for the Flyers definitely had to have been the prettiest goal out of all of them. Now, on the power play, right in the beginning of the third period, Claude Giroux would make a nice hard pass to JVR. JVR then would tip it off to Travis Konecny, who would fire into the back of the net, and the Flyers were up 3-1. A nice little 3-1 lead in the third period. It seemed as if the Western Conference woes were going away. The Flyers were going to get a win on the road against the reigning Stanley Cup champs. And then it came down the Porters. 10 minutes left. Ryan O'Reilly would get a goal to get back down 1 to the Flyers, as the score would be 3-2. Flyers still with the lead. Okay, now it's 3-2. All right, they got a goal. Now let's find a way to finish this off. Let's get more physical. Let's get more organized, and let's just win this game. But the Flyers, for whatever reason, like, they could not get anything done in the blue zone. Like, nothing was working. It seemed the Blues were more aggressive. They were faster. They were keeping pucks into the Flyer zone, and it was tough to get out of it. So the Blues kept adding the pressure and kept adding and adding. And 3 minutes after that second goal, the Blues got their game-tying goal. Alexander Steen would be rewarded with the goal himself, and that would be the game-tire. It was now 3-3. And at that moment, you're thinking to yourself, like, God damn, like, this cannot happen again. Like, the Flyers look good in this game. Like, they looked really good against this Blues team. They had a 3-1 lead, and you allowed 2 goals in a span of 3 minutes. Like, I can understand if most Flyers fans thought, okay, it's done, we lost, it's over, we lost. Like, I can understand that, but something turned on. The Flyers kept their composure. They sent this game into overtime, and in overtime, that's when the things changed. With 1:35 left, the Flyers, who had no shots on goal in overtime, Ivan Provorov with Jakub Voracek would go right into the blue zone. Provorov would hand it off to Jakub Voracek. Jakub, with a little fake, then would move out a little bit, getting the Blues goalie, Jordan Binnington, a little wider, and then found his sweet spot. He would just wrist it right into the top left side of the net, and that was it. The Flyers won in OT. 4-3 was the final score. Jakub Voracek, an unlikely hero, won the game here for the Philadelphia Flyers. I did not expect Jakub in these moments to get the goal, to get the Flyers the win here, but that was the case. I can't stress enough how important this win is here for the Flyers. Like, we already talked about the road woes. Like, the fact that they are not the same team on the road that they are at home, especially on the Western Conference. And then in this game, they were down 1-0. Then they got back up and were up 3-1. Then they allowed the lead to dwindle away in the third period, the crucial period. But then in overtime, you regrouped. And you didn't allow what happened in the past affect you at that moment. And you got the W by an unlikely guy. And it's crazy. It's like, stars in the past, the stars of this team a couple years ago, like Claude Giroux, Jakub Voracek, JVR, like, those guys haven't really been like the stars, or like haven't really stolen all the headlines for this team this year. You got guys like Travis Konechny stepping up. Kevin Hayes and you guys stepped up. Scott Laughton has stepped up in this game as well. Scott Laughton manned his line in this game. It's just group efforts from the Philadelphia Flyers, and you got to credit Vigneault. Vigneault has done an outstanding job with this Philadelphia Flyers team, and depending on what happens with this team in the next couple of months, like, if this form continues, and the Flyers are winning games, like, you got Bill Vigneault in there for Coach of the Year. You have to. Great win here by the Flyers. Great win. I was so ecstatic when I watched this game in overtime. I was on the couch. My girl was watching reality TV. I had my laptop playing the game. We're spending some quality time together. But I got to get my Flyers fixed in there. So I have the Flyers here. While she's watching TV, I have the Flyers right in front of me, and then Jakub Voracek gets the goal, and I legit freak out to the point where I accidentally bent her finger back a little bit. I got a little too excited, but man, guys, this team has been so much fun to watch. I'm loving the Flyers hockey this year. I'm loving it. Even with Carter Hart out in this game. Brian Elliott still did his job. 33 shots on him. He had 30 saves. Not a bad performance here by Brian Elliott. We're going to need him to continue with this good play here. Guys, next up for our orange and black, the Philadelphia Flyers are coming back home. They're very much rewarded, but it is a back-to-back. So the Flyers will be playing tomorrow night, And it's going to be tough. That's going to be tough going back to back and trying to get a victory here. So hopefully the Flyers can pull it off. Guys, that's all I got for you today. Final score again, the Flyers win in overtime 4-3. Jakub Skoracek coming up big here. Love it. Love it. All right, guys, in the comments below, that's where I want to hear from you. Let me know how you guys feel about the Flyers in this game here. How do you feel about Carter Hart's injury? How do you feel about the Flyers going into the back-to-back against the Montreal Canadiens? Let me know below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me, guys. I'm just trying to make my name known here in the Philadelphia sports landscape. Simple as that. And guys, you can really help me out here, honestly, and it's easy. You can help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for his notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. And guys, if you want to follow me on the platform social media, you can 100% do that. Follow me on Twitter at @ElParceroPhilly. You can follow me on Instagram at @L_Parcero_Philly. Find me on Facebook. For right now, it is Johnny Sports Talk, the old name, so we can fix these issues with Facebook. Facebook, get your shit together, first off. For right now, if you want to find my page on Facebook, it is Johnny Sports Talk. Give that page a like for sure. And if you guys want to find my funny Philly sports stuff, go on TikTok. We are on TikTok now at @ElParceroPhilly. And guys, I am @ElParceroPhilly, telling you guys that it is now or never. I'll talk to you soon, guys.